What's up, everybody? Thanks again for joining us on another episode of the Who Do You Think You Are podcast. This is episode 147. And as always, I'd like to take this time to ask each and every one of you to please go to the YouTubes, type us in at WDUTUR. We're the first ones that come up. Like, share, subscribe. Also, check out the social medias. We are WDUTUR pod across all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. What else are we on? Gab.
We just added a Gab for all you freaky conservative people. I don't even know what the fuck
that is. Those are our people, baby.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, Pedro. Who do you think you are? In with the new and out with the old.
You are a gay man or a drug addict.
Which one are you?
And that might be true, and we can get into that much later after 5 minutes, because I'm Nick, and I'm happy to be here with another very special episode of Who Do You Think You Are? I'm feeling clean today. I went to my barber, and I learned that she's a Trump-supporting anti-vaxxer, so I don't know if I should go back or go back more often.
And I'm Pedro, and I believe my wife was cutting his hair. Over to my right, we have...
Hello, I'm producer CJ. I want to shout out a little bit of love and appreciation to Matthew Snyder and Catherine for leaving us love in the comments. Thank you so much, you guys, for shouting us out this week in the comments.
Also, shout out
there.
Ashley. She hit us up on Instagram, too. Shout out Ash.
Shout out Ashley. Thank you guys so much for the love. Please keep hitting us up in these comments, and let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
And to my left, we have a beautiful guest today.
More beautiful than this guy, I'll tell
Let's say, degenerate. He was gambling earlier today. He's already been drinking. He's from Chicago. That's a good person
in my...
I mean, you're just naming the pros, or what's the cons here?
We're cut from the same cloth, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And did you win any money today?
Down $80. But
all right. Well,
Mr. Jacob.
That's why it's a gamble.
Jacob Anderson, welcome to the studio.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. Round of applause.
So, how was your flight? Are your arms tired?
They're spent.
Okay.
Wait, I don't get that.
Really?
Holy cow!
Yeah. Right off the bat, dude. I'm sorry. So he's in town because, our last podcast, we talked about the wedding. And that's happening. And
your sister's wedding.
We had the family reunion last night and saw people I haven't seen in like 10 plus years, which is crazy. I mean, that's a decade, man. A decade. It's like, that almost feels like a lifetime. If I think about the last 10 years of my life, I think about the trials and tribulations of, like, Jesus, dude.
10 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
What was that like? What was your...
Uncomfortable.
Yeah?
It's very uncomfortable.
A lot of racism being thrown out there?
Not real. I mean, I was busy because I was cooking.
Oh, you were cooking.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I was pretty like in the weeds of all of it. So which was kind of nice too, because like I don't like huge social. I mean, I don't know if it was because I've been in the lockdown for so long, but like being around that many people, I was kind of like, oh Jesus, like
fear.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, it was definitely odd. Like we kind of joked. It was like, I mean, there was 45 people there.
God damn.
Yeah.
And
you guys know that many?
It's a lot of white people.
Yeah.
And one lonely Hispanic man that's joined the family.
Hell yeah.
One lonely Hispanic man. That's how I feel all the time. Every time we do this podcast. So.
Damn.
I feel I empathize with him.
Yeah. Fernie.
What was I gonna ask?
But seeing cousins, decades.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
I just remembered it was a dumb joke.
I just feel, I mean, we always talk about this like midlife crisis kind of thing, like feeling like getting older. Like, are you starting to feel that at all? Where it's
How
like
old are you?
sinking in?
I just turned 30 last summer.
Nice.
So, and similar to Nick, my sister's getting married this fall too. So it's kind of odd where both of our younger sisters are getting wedded off, and it's like we're the last standing children of the parents. But
right on.
Are you single?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Ladies?
Hell yeah.
Not very many listen to.
There's that.
That's our market.
Was Ashley? I think we got one, right?
There we
I
go.
heard them named off. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are both going to a similar thing. Nick has talked about this before, where he's almost in a sense feeling some pressure. Would you say? It's like some pressure? Like your younger sisters are getting married, and so now you said it, you're like, we're the last of the singles, and
Yeah.
Do you get that same type of pressure or?
No, my parents are pretty chill about that. Like
So you're saying Nick parents aren't chill.
But it's not pressure for my parents.
have
It's
you met them?
George is wonderful. I don't know.
But
what you're
it's-
talking
She's
about.
just saying.
But they're also not like pushing it on to me.
Yeah.
That's not
So-
where the pressure comes from. It's from
It's
myself.
from yourself.
Yeah, society. Yeah, and society, I think, bases that on you. Like you feel it from society.
Disney,
yeah.
which I don't want to
we
start
talk-
with this guy.
Yeah, I've heard, yeah.
And Disney was a metaphor for just the blanket of things, the Nickelodeons, the books. I
The
think
societal norms.
I think that was kind of
or
the problem with that
expectations, yeah.
discussion as well, where like we just picked on Disney to like exemplify that a little bit.
we
Well,
didn't.
It's the
He
strongest
did it all.
model. Yeah.
I was still, I'm
He wanted
still
to
having the same
recap.
conversation though.
Yeah.
It's still just that we're denigrating things that have some level of success that we should be picking apart and taking the good forward and leaving the rest behind. That was my point.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Justin.
I've been to Disney like 17 times, so please don't like hate
Yeah,
me.
dude, pedophile alert. Weird. Do you have a button for that?
I don't know.
I love Disney. We actually had one of the best trips to Disney, but we'll get into some of our stories later. But for your sister getting married and like thinking in the terms of like getting older, you're 30 now.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're very much the same person, but I don't feel like I've ever seen like the depression or anxiety sides of you as much. Like,
They're there.
yeah.
They're there. They're probably more under, and I would say working out and just like I just kind of keep it internal. I would say a lot of that stuff, and yeah, I don't know, that's just kind of my approach about it. And like I just kind of view life as like happy. Like it was a shitty year, but it could always be worse.
Yeah.
Like there's people in terrible situations. I think part of like at least with my job, like I do a lot of recruiting, so I deal with some people in some terrible situations. Or I deal with a lot of people that are like immigrants, so they come from like Belarus or something like that, and they're like on
that's the
political
worst.
anonymity.
What do you do for work?
I do IT recruiting.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I have a dude that's in there from like political anonymity, and I'm like, so you literally had to leave your country because like
Snap.
they're murdering people there like that don't go against politics. And then I'm like, yeah. And then I'm just like, I'm not gonna complain about like having to stay inside a bit longer for COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or be depressed about my sister getting married. Like I just kind of embrace the happiness too. It's like it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like she's marrying a cool dude.
It's
Like,
not depression. Depression isn't the right word. It's the thing of like that it feels like fleeting in a way that I'm like, oh shit, now I'm like 30.
yeah. I feel that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now my sister, it's like, I don't, it's just,
slipping out from under your feet.
it's just kind of, it's like I see these people that I haven't seen in 10 years and I'm like, oh, you guys all look so much like older, like time. And like, I know I look that same way, but
You cuter, dog.
I like to think so. I like to think I'm trying to do something, you know, or trying to like live my life to the fullest in a way. But at the same time, just like, God, I don't know.
It's all about balance.
How are the Edisons doing, man?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got anything going on?
Well, we were supposed to record a new song yesterday, but my drummer had some health issues, which is a little scary.
Hemorrhoids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully that's getting cleared up. So then we'll go from there. But we've been staying busy, man. I mean, I'm excited to play shows, but I also just feel like that whole landscape's going to kind of change a little bit. I want to kind of go into the content side of making music and creating art in that realm because I don't know.
Like what? Just like more like
videos and like clips and things like that. You know what I mean? Because I think, or like renting out spaces to jam and just like having performances and like inviting people into those kind of like spaces or rooms and whatnot. I just feel like it's going to change, man. I think the venues are slowly starting to open up, but it's also just kind of annoying because it's like such a liberal side of thing. That's like, this was supposed to be punk rock. We should have been playing shows the whole time.
Yeah.
And now you're the ones that are making the rules and are mad at people. So it's like, I'm also just kind of tired of that scene. And I kind of want to find a way to be DIY, I guess, in a kind of a different way. Because that's the thing, man. I mean, you're not going to make fucking music from it's streaming on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Do you play music as well?
I'm not musically inclined.
No.
I used to sing, but and like
Oh, should we have him
Did you?
sing something?
Yeah.
But,
No, I'm
but
just
well, here's the funny thing. I used to sing pre-puberty, so I think it'd be such a weird trip for me to like. It's like I'm a whole different like vocal cord.
Yeah.
Like
Now you're what are they called? The deep tones in the back?
baritone.
Baritone.
yes.
Oh, he's a bear, dude. Look at him.
Chocolatey vibe.
Dude, he's a bear for
sure.
The Bears.
I should have brought my Zumba pants. You ever seen those? Like they're like the classic NFL like Bears like.
Oh, really?
They're like blue and orange like striped like bear claw like pants. They're like
And you wear them in public?
Only the games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dude, the last game I was at was, Nick probably doesn't know the reference, but the double doink. It's the Bears playoff game they lost.
Wait. I know the double doink.
Yeah, 1 and 2 right here, dude.
If I know anything about doink, I know everything there is to know double doinking, dude. Excuse me. Continue.
No, it was a playoff game the Bears lost maybe like 2 years ago where the kicker hit the 1 goal field goal post and then hit the other field goal post and then it bounced out.
Damn, that 7-10 splitter,
The double
dude.
doink.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
You feel like a doink.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so back to your music thing. Do you find that you like almost making the content better because you can feel like you almost reach more people than
I think
live
that's
shows?
Yeah, I think that's an important part to it, and it's also just I don't know, playing shows and having a job. It's also all that shit's so exhausting, and just it gets like to a thing like I don't know. I feel like there's a better way to do it. Where I'm also thinking like. We used to be like, oh, let's play every weekend. Now let's play once a month, once every 2 months. But actually with that show, have video behind, have a couple of our friends jump on stage with us, have a couple extra. So like make it like this, a performance, have somebody painting in the corner, then selling that art, like just making it more of
It's an event.
more of an event, right? Rather than just every other weekend, like we go to this bar, then we go to this bar. It's like, what's the best way to invest our time now that we're all busy?
And retain audience, I think, better. Like the way you're saying, you're almost building like a culture or like a group that
Yeah.
is like, oh yeah, this band's at this show playing live.
Yeah,
This
it's
band's-
not come see us, look at us. It's
Yeah.
just come have.
It's like
come
where are we
be
seeing them
part of
next?
it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with like from being a younger musician where you like play with other people and like you always wanted them to do bad, so then you would sound better. And then as you like get old, as we progress, I'm like, I want to get the best bands to play with us. So like the whole show is like, you remember the whole fucking show and they're like slowly making the show better and better and better. So when you have the finale or the band, you're like, oh, that was a great, I mean, you followed the Dead.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
Deadhead, dog?
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah. How you like him with John Mayer?
I mean, that's the only time I've unfortunately seen, I mean, not unfortunately, but it's a weird thing. I've never seen Grateful Dead in concert because unfortunately Jerry died, I think 94.
Yeah.
So I've only seen Dead and Company, but I mean, it's probably my favorite live show to see.
It was that long ago? It was 94?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll get corrected if I'm wrong, but
And in the comments, just correct him, please.
Yeah.
but yeah. And then like, so John like kind of joined and like, that's a crazy, and like, that's a true like show extravaganza.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I got to see them for New Year's Eve last,
Damn.
like going into 2020, so right before COVID.
Right
kinda went
before
crazy.
the-
yeah, and it was in San Francisco at the Chase Center, which is like a brand new basketball stadium, so it's like
Right on.
nice, like brand new graphics, like awesome.
When was that?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I saw you last March when I was sick as shit. We went to a Cubs
February,
game,
yeah,
spring
February,
training.
March,
I probably
yeah.
just spread Corona like
Was that the
wildfire,
last time?
dude.
Yeah,
last time.
I was out here like maybe it was like February 28th.
I was so
it was
sick.
Right, yeah, it was right before like the world stopped.
Yeah, which is so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, March, everything just
like March 13th,
Yeah.
I think. Right. Yeah.
it was March Madness or something like that.
Yeah.
and they
Those
bring up-
that's a good one, dude.
And no
It was
pun-
mad, dude. It was crazy.
no
dude.
pun intended.
Yeah, it's crazy out there,
I
homie.
didn't even realize that.
Because he's funny, dude.
Jerry Garcia died in 1995.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a long. Why do I think that was like recent?
Nah, bro, he's been
Maybe this is the
dead.
thing though with time. Like this is what's tripping me out.
Yeah.
Dementia.
I mean, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It runs in my family.
Yeah. It's
So-
coming for us all.
I worry about that shit sometimes because I smoke so much that like I have fucking weird moments with my head, you know, and I'm just like, damn, dude, am I losing it or should I quit smoking? Like, what's going on?
Dude, the other day I had
know.
a similar thing because it was just one day though, like, and I would like, I felt so stupid because you feel like dumb and like I went to reach for my like glasses to grab some water and I know where my cabinet is for my glasses and I went to the other one, dude, and I did like 3 or 4 things like that day that I'm like, dude, what is going on with me? Like, am I fucking losing my mind?
I
Like,
hate that, dude.
and then like I was like, I just need to go to sleep. Tomorrow's a new day. Like that's what I tell myself whenever I'm like having a crisis, like panic attack. I'm just like, I just need some rest. Tomorrow I'll be good.
Damn,
And then if it happens again tomorrow, like the next day, then I'm like, all right, I got to go fucking see a doctor.
Yeah.
Or something, dude.
I want your brain activity, just like for a couple days. I feel like it'd be good for me.
yeah, it'd be like just rejuvenating.
He's
I
like-
would be your
like you had a-
ayahuasca.
Yeah, like you would be my ayahuasca. You're Pedro ayahuasca.
I had some gas earlier and it was giving me chest pains and I was like, I had 911 at the ready.
This
I just
is
laid
it!
down and I was just like, let's see what happens here. And then I was like,
That's what sucks.
thank God.
That's what sucks with getting older too, though, because like then you start having these little things. Like I have a cramp in my leg for like a couple. You're like, yeah, you're fucking old. Yeah. So it's like also life.
100%. Left leg or right leg?
No, I'm just speaking metaphorically. But like things like that will happen all the time now. And I'm like, oh, am I dying? Is this dementia? Is something broken? Is this cancer? Is this diabetes?
Are you a hypochondriac? Would you say? Or,
a little bit, yeah. I always think of the scene from Seinfeld where like George is in like the hospital and he's like he has a heart attack and like the doctor walks up and he's like, "Is it lupus? Is it lupus?" And it's like that's like, and I get a little bit of hypochondriac things for certain things, and I think COVID was like the worst thing in the world for like that whole world of people that are like hypochondriacs. Like, oh, if I have a scratchy throat or I feel nauseous, oh, is it COVID? No, it's just that the seasons are changing outside.
Right.
The flu still exists.
Yeah. Didn't last year.
Yeah. It did not last.
It's gone. Didn't you hear?
Gone.
Got wiped out by Corona, dude. It's killing everything.
COVID, the new flu.
Yeah, the new flu. Speaking of like, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but you brought this up to me the other day, which I thought was really interesting. That you were on ADD medicine or some kind of that for
10 years.
10 years, and you just got off of it.
Yeah.
Ritalin or what?
Vyvanse. So I was taking like 60 milligram Vyvanse for like 10 years, which was great for some things, for work and for study, but
a little bit productive.
Yeah, a little bit productive, but I would give it to other people. Nick kind of made the joke. He's like, "Yeah, I was kind of worried about you for that because I took that and I felt like I was flying." Like
it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
No, that stuff scares me honestly. Yeah. Like it does.
And the more you read about it, like you pretty much find out you're just taking methamphetamine.
Yeah,
like, in a pill form.
Yeah,
but like
it's like one what is it?
Chromosome away from a short bus.
Molecule.
Well, it's funny.
Molecule,
like,
that's the one.
If you get Ritalin or like Adderall or like Vyvanse, it says that in the prescription. But if you buy the default brand from Walgreens, it says it's amphetamine. Like it's just straight up on there. I always laugh. And
put that M on the front, baby.
And it was nice, but it was bad for me.
How long were you on that?
Like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
How long ago did you stop?
October.
Oh, dang.
I was getting high blood pressure. Like, and I was weird.
No kidding.
No crap, right? It's like,
I was doing meth for 10 years. I started falling apart.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't like I was just.
I had hair back then.
Yeah. I was
my dick worked.
I was 2 feet taller, Tanner.
Danny Tanner.
But and it wasn't like I was just taking that. You know, I was obviously like drinking and smoking pot too. And
right.
The pot smoking was terrible with that because you are like you're riding so high on like the methamphetamine that you like. I was blazing like quads a week, and you know like like a good quality pot. And it was just like terrible. And then the blood pressure was high. And it was weird because it wasn't like I was overweight. I was like working out a lot, but like my blood pressure was like 140, 150.
Damn,
which
son.
Is, like, isn't good. And
I don't know. It's normal. What's normal?
It's like 120 over 70 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I just like just went cold turkey and stopped. And I'll tell you what, that was a bitch.
Did that fuck you up?
Dude, yeah. For like 2 or 3 weeks, I was like in this weird state of like, I mean, coming down off of methamphetamine for 10 years. Yeah. And like, it didn't click in my head at first when I was like feeling really shitty and I was like talking almost like a cokehead, like super fast, like on the phones because I was just coming off of taking
that's
like
interesting.
Yeah, it was a very interesting, but now I feel a lot better. My blood pressure's low. Like I lost weight. Like it's
nice.
Interesting. Yeah. So
was there like an event though? Like, cause you quit cold turkey, like was there like a terrible night or something that you were like, or was it?
Well, here's the thing. My mom had a blood pressure scare like 3 months before that where she had to get a pacemaker put in.
Right.
So I was kind of just like, well, I'm not fucking with anything with blood pressure. Like,
okay.
So like,
yeah, that shit's pretty serious.
Yeah. I'd rather smoke a bit more pot, be chiller and like not take this methamphetamine anymore.
Why were you put on him?
You'll throughout this podcast, you'll find
okay,
out.
Yeah.
I have ADHD for sure. Like I did the test, I remember, and like the tests are always funny because it's like some of them are like you'll have like an audio thing on your head, and it's like you tap it every time you hear something. It's supposed to test like your peripheral like listening skills. And the whole time the doctor was like, your foot was tapping on the floor like the entire time, like so fast.
Oh, really?
She's like, there's no, even if you didn't tap the button at the right time, like I was going to prescribe you because you definitely have some sort of like
yeah. That's
weird
thing.
Weird, dude. That's so weird to me too, because like in a lot of these cases, like it's just like misdiagnosed.
Yeah, right.
Or overdiagnosed.
Overdiagnosed.
Or parents can't handle their kids.
Right, and they're like, hey, give him a chill pill, literally.
Yeah. And it's kind of like I was bringing up with him, Queen's Gambit. Like it's somewhat of
such a good show.
Yeah, an aspect of that. It's like, hey, here's a barbiturate quick. Like, you know, you're acting out like, oh, here's like some like.
Those are amazing.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of parents should be diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. You know what I mean? Like Dude, it's because you're not paying attention to your kid that they're fucked
that they're
up.
doing that. Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, the other day we were out at a restaurant and like these people were eating behind us, the table behind us, and The kid was just asking normal questions. Like, I mean, he's eating dinner. His mom's eating dinner too. Like, he's just asking questions like, oh, what's this do? Or what's that do? And the mom's just like going off on the kid because he's asking questions. I was like, damn, dude. I hope I'm never like that. Although,
I ain't raised no snitch, bitch. Why are you asking so many questions? This is 21 goddamn questions.
You fucking cop.
Yeah, eat your cheeseburger. Who you work
mic'd
for?
You mic'd up?
You mic'd up? Come here, Jimmy. Come here. There's a mic. I know there's a mic. This is Buffalo Wild Wings. Dirty rat. I just want to set the setting for everybody at home.
that's definitely a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, yeah.
But it just made me sad. I'm like, dude, just answer your kids' questions. Like, they're full of curiosity. They have this attention deficit disorder that's just constantly going. And like, it almost feels like they are misdiagnosed because it's like, it's just all this curiosity that's built up.
That's what I was going to say. Curiosity. That's the word, right?
Yeah. And it's like, they want to know. And you're the only person they can feel comfortable enough to.
We can't be having curious people, dude. We gotta squash that right when it comes up, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Curious George, dude? They killed him. Yeah.
He died.
Killed him, dude. AIDS.
He was a circus monkey for a couple years
Taliban.
before.
Oh, it was AIDS. I thought it was the Taliban.
Oh. He might have joined the Taliban under the
And that's how
Obama
he got AIDS.
administration. Yeah.
Under a pseudonym.
Yeah. And shout out the terrorist organizations. I hope they're doing
coming
okay
back.
after COVID.
They're coming back.
Yeah, they've been quarantining better than anybody.
Caves are a great spot to chill out.
So true. Yeah.
Airflow's going good. It's outside.
You wouldn't think the airflow is great in
You wouldn't. And there's a lot of bats, but I don't know. It's working.
And they still get TikTok down there.
yeah, dude. 5G.
Yeah. So So 10 years getting off of it, and then that's good for you, man. Like I
Do
told
you
you
feel
when
like
you
it
told me,
helped?
like that's awesome. I think it's awesome.
It's like a veil was removed, I would say.
Okay.
Congrats,
like,
dude.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and it's like that's the kind of feeling I would say for sure. And it's weird because it's a prescription form. Like you think you'd have that feeling, coming off of like coke, heroin, or like, but it's like this shit was being prescribed by a doctor in an office. Like,
Yeah.
and I was,
And because
scary.
it's the doctor giving it to you, you think it's something different.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's still rape. It's still rape.
Yeah.
Even if it's still rape.
I'm not 40 yet.
That's not even your finger.
I'm 17. My mom should be in here.
Normally we put the pill up your ass. Like, what do you mean you don't take it orally?
Are you sure this is legal?
Oh man. But so you feel like a veil was lifted. Not. It had to have helped if you took it for so long,
Yeah.
though, right? It made you concentrate more.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean anyone who's ever took an 85 answer Adderall, it's not a bad.
I mean, I've done Adderall, man, and it's a productive day.
I've written some I mean, I used to write some phenomenal papers back in the day when I was
Yeah.
procrastinating. I had to write it all of like poli-sci, like 10-page, like these stupid manifestos, like just arguing your point. My dad would like critique them because he's like a teacher, and he'd be like, Jake, you seem to be really ranting in this part. I'm like, well, yeah, I wrote it like Hunter S. Thompson style from like 2 a.m. to like 6 a.m. Like
These 7 paragraphs is just like a continuous sentence.
It's when I feel alive. I like writing them.
it seemed like punctuation just went out the window here. Like,
You know that part of the night when your heart feels like it's beating out of your chest? That's when I think it's the right time to start writing. I can't lay in bed like this. I need to start being productive.
and like I'd laugh because I'd like, I'd let my buddies take that a lot. And like we would do keg races in college, like, or case races, like different drinking Olympic things. And I'd always like bring extra Vyvanse and give them to all my buddies. I'm like, yeah, we're doing some PEDs today, guys. We're going to win.
Yeah.
Because
We're doing some meth and getting fucked up.
nothing is crazier
Meth,
than
beer, and gay sex.
Yeah, right? That's a Dan McComb.
For a gay man or drug addict.
Yeah. There
Did you
we
ever
go.
experience any homosexuality?
He told
I
you.
almost got honeypotted.
What's that?
Yeah, what is that?
Like where this gay dude on the basketball team at my college was trying to get with me, and he used this hot ass blonde to try and get me to go and chill with him. And then he tried to like sneak in, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, like this was not what was offered."
She's like, I gotta go use the restroom or something.
Yeah,
She
then
just
he
dipped
came
out.
in.
No.
Legit, like they pulled a swap like that.
Yeah.
The
And I sprinted out, and it was so fucked up because he lived like across the street from me in this like apartment complex, and like.
He's peeping in your window, dude.
Yeah, my one buddy wouldn't believe me. My one buddy playing the football team. He's like, "There's no way that dude's like the best basketball player in the team. Like, why would he be gay?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you." But
You can't
like,
be good at basketball if you're gay.
like, I assure you 100%. Like, yeah. Oh, you shouldn't don't judge a book by its cover because I assure you 100% that man's gay.
I should have known. He always did layups. He never dunked the ball.
He went weak, son.
I should have known John Stockton's nobody's favorite player.
He did a lot of behind the back passes. Like, what the fuck?
That shit gay.
He only wanted to cover me, man.
He loved the guard guys in the post. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
seriously. Yeah, and that was like,
That's wild. Dude.
So you were in an apartment in what, her bedroom?
yeah.
And then
like,
what, were you naked or anything or just?
No, I was like, she was like blowing me, and then
She was
Actually,
actually.
fluffer.
Damn, she
Yeah,
straight up,
fluffed me
she
and then-
committed to hooking her friend up, dude.
yeah. I don't know how that situation worked too. To this day, I'm still confused. Like, what's their benefit from doing that with it? Like,
Methamphetamine.
might be. Well, if that was the case, we could have cut the black dude out trying to rape me.
Yeah, that's sexual assault, I think,
I
these
had to
days.
be-
Hey, my
Be
boy
ready
got
for it.
sexual assaulted. This is gonna blow up our podcast. Hashtag him too. Him too. Him too. Him too.
Him too.
I bring that story up with some of my friends sometimes. It's like, don't even like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, they're like, why were you going there? I'm like, dude, I was 21 and I was trying to get a blowjob from a hot ass blonde chick.
But
that,
she
like,
was blowing you.
yeah.
And then what? She stepped out of the
I
room.
need to go. I'll be right back. And then
Got change
He
the
came
tampon.
in.
then the door closed. It was a different person coming in. And I was like,
Damn, dude.
he's like, it's all good. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
I would have got harder if a black guy came in.
I've never ran so fast in my life.
You're gonna have to run
he was
pretty
telling me he was
fast.
gonna be like, oh, it was terrible. He's like, oh, yeah, I
Really?
get Bulls tickets and shit. Like, I'm like,
You have to run from him like
I'd have done it for
an
Bulls
alligator
tickets.
zigzags.
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, you gotta run like Rickon in Game of Thrones. You don't want to run straight.
Exactly.
Then you get
Throw 'em
shot,
off.
then you get shot by a freaking bow.
I just always love that's how you're supposed to outrun alligators. It's so hilarious that it confuses them.
Yeah. Or
Zigzags. Who
or
would
that
know?
or that alligators, like they say, like the way to fight an alligator or crocodile is if you're there and their mouth is closed, grab it because they have zero jaw strength. I guess when they open it, it's like, yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do when I see an alligator or crocodile.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
grab the
put my
mouth.
hand right near its mouth.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to do that, and it's just going to go whomp, and just grab you right before you do.
Well, my stoner ass will be so slow on the reaction.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it'll be like,
Yeah, you're going to grab him like he's your puppy, and you're,
Exactly. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you.
Did you not learn anything from Steve Irwin, dude? You got to jump from behind so they don't see you, and then that's when you grab
That sounds like the basketball player he's
you
working
know.
it. Was it Steve Irwin that you?
Yeah.
I was trying to
And
honeypot
rest
you?
in peace, Steve Irwin. And I'd like to take your
R.I.P.,
daughter's
dude.
hand in marriage.
me too.
She's already married.
I don't care. It's never stopped me before, dude.
I know.
She
I
compared
thought you
two
were
dudes.
different.
It's called divorce.
I'm not different, dude. Yeah. I like divorces.
All right.
Turns
How
me
long do you
on.
give your sister for marriage?
Until she has a baby? I think they'll go the long
last.
run. Yeah.
I would marry them. I'm ordained. I would risk it. I don't think they'd mess
Okay.
with
You're
my
ordained?
relationship. Yeah.
You can marry us three guys.
Oh yeah.
Can you do it on the podcast?
Hell yeah.
Wait, if he says we're married, then we're married?
Well,
Oh, shit,
I have to
dude.
talk to the state of Arizona quick. But yeah.
I have Ducey on
Thank
speed
God.
dial. He's actually a fan of the show.
Yeah, he listens every week.
Hopefully he'll comment on my bad Jerry Garcia death number.
Hey, Doug. Let's see.
I mean,
Sam.
you were extremely close.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not.
Hey, Doug. We got Doug Ducey on the line.
Gento, Nick Gento, how's it going?
What's up, Ducey?
What's going on, man? Do you need something?
Yeah, I need a favor.
Yeah.
My cousin's in town and he's trying to marry me and two
Nope.
of my closest
Mary?
friends.
Are you sure this is legal?
We're a blue state now. We legalized marijuana
That's
in
true.
Arizona. What's next, dude? We just start put the border down? I don't know.
You are a gay man.
You can't, man.
Or a drug addict.
Yeah, so I'm 1 for 1. I married my friends last summer because my friend couldn't visit her or her fiance anymore because she was from Toronto and the border was pretty strict as
I thought he was
as you
in
well
jail
know,
or
I'm sure.
something, Yeah.
Why
I
doesn't
know.
Canada get any flack for having such a strict border?
It's crazy, yeah, because they're white.
So what?
Because they're like a leftist, they're
They have
succumbing to
progressive,
leftism
free healthcare. No one bitches that people have free healthcare.
Yeah, maybe that's what.
and no freedom of speech.
But Toronto's like really strict. Like we were supposed to go to a wedding this year, and we can't do it again. I think like you can't even go there this year.
Really?
You can't even like go into Toronto. Yeah,
Damn, dude.
they're gonna have a joint rolling station at the wedding, so that was gonna be sweet.
Damn, that
Is
would be
weed legal there?
fun wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been legal there for a while.
Really?
hmm Way before.
Was it from the crack smoking mayor?
Dude, that guy,
He was the best, dude. Rest in peace.
He's my top 3 politician. 5
Oh yeah, dude. And Trump's number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Phew.
2024.
Holy cow.
Oh man. Damn.
You mentioned Hunter S. Thompson, and so I'm curious, first of all, so you're from Chicago, correct?
Yes, sir.
When did you first come to Arizona?
I've been here like 3 times. I was here. So I'm here now. I was here last year, and I visited one time in Tucson with my buddy that lived out there.
Okay. Can I just get your unfiltered thoughts on Phoenix?
On the people or the place? Or
Let's go. Just start going.
Well, in comparison to Chicago right now, it's like the Open West. It seems like I walked into the first bar with them, and it was weird because I was getting out of my lift, and like I had my mask on my ears because like that's unfortunately what you have to do. And I like walked into the bar, and these girls were staring at me like I had the plague.
Jeez.
Which I thought was ironic because you wear the mask to avoid the plague.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, but
they're still that way, like right now.
Yeah, I mean, when we walked in, we didn't have, no one was wearing masks in the bar.
No, but in Chicago, they're...
Oh, it's pretty strict,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you can't walk into a place.
That's crazy.
How about outside in a place? Can you be outside without a mask, or are they still like even that?
Well, it's the same thing as everywhere, where it's like it's the whole island hopping thing. It's like, oh, it's dangerous. I told you, it's like they treat it like they're like walking out in space when they're walking to their table, but when you're at a table at a bar, all masks are off and no one cares. So it always makes me laugh. It's like
it's modern day science.
Yeah. But outside, they're less strict. Like I ride the train and I have to wear my mask the whole train ride.
And so COVID wise out here, it's the Wild West. Is that the only kind of is that the only way that you're that comparison that you're making, or is it other things too?
No, I mean I think Arizona is always a weird place. I've always felt when I'm out here because it's a lot of transplants.
Yeah,
you can't really judge like the state of the cities of who's here because there's so many people that are either like I think what's the term they always call people from Chicago that stay here, snowbirds or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
gay wads,
bitches,
queers.
I call them scared bitches.
Not bears.
They can't handle the cold.
No, you're 100% right. It is very hard to find a local like Arizona born.
I disagree with that.
Really?
I think
Because
more
honestly,
people overwhelmingly that I've met are from here, and it's crazy to me, like, because I've moved so much in my life, and I'm like,
Not
wow,
me,
you've
man. I've had the complete opposite
Really?
experiences. Everybody that I meet is either Chicago or Ohio.
Detroit,
a lot of Ohio.
Detroit. Yeah,
New
there's a
York.
lot
shout out Ohio, dude.
Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio,
Shout
our
out Columbus.
biggest listeners. So,
Fast food central.
is it?
Yeah, it's
Well.
like the fast food capital. I think Wendy's is based out of there.
And Skyline Chili. Shout out Skyline
oh,
Chili.
Skyline
dude.
Chili. Oh yeah.
You fuck with it?
Oh yeah. I know a dude from Cincinnati, man. They rave about Skyline.
Oh
Chili.
yeah, dude.
Coney Island or whatever.
No diarrhea like that, dude. Nothing like putting chili on pasta.
So how did you feel when you were pretty much judged or looked upon in that manner when you walked into the bar? Like what went through your mind?
I just laughed and ripped my mask off. I'm kind of like I said, since I've been the double vax or fully vax, I kind of just like, hey, I'll abide whatever the rules are in the area I'm at. Like if someone feels cautious, I'll try to abide by that.
Gotcha.
But I'm never gonna feel judged by some dumb girl at a bar.
Right.
At me with like,
that makes sense.
And I think that's like the way I wish everybody. I mean, like today I went to a barbershop for my first time since even lockdown because I didn't want to like go to a place with a mask and all that kind of bullshit. But I was like, whatever. My sister getting married, so shape up a little bit.
Three
So I go in there.
single
I go in there with a mask. Nobody's wearing a mask, so I just take it off. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I'll be respectful if like this is the environment or vice versa. It's like I don't care.
Yeah,
That's the same. I'm just like, what I care more about is not being in some ridiculous, like little pissy situation with somebody
World
over
Star
whether or
video.
not I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, I'm too high for that, dude.
I don't like being controlled when I don't have to be. So like I'll abide if someone feels uncomfortable and it's like their place. Yeah, of course. Like I have friends that have kids and I'm like super cautious with them because like I don't want to get one of their kids. It's whatever. But like if it's my place, like people can come there and they don't have to wear a mask anymore. Like
Right. Yeah, but like same, dude. If you're in somebody else's place, including place of business, like then whatever, dude. I'll follow your rules if I want.
Yeah.
If I want to deal with you.
Yeah. Or support you and
Right.
pay for what? Yeah.
Yeah, COVID chameleon,
Trade with you.
like you just got a chameleon to whatever the environment is.
COVID chameleon, dude. I like that.
Yeah. It was weird. I was telling Nick, and I was definitely telling.
And you're
him,
going to be a COVID chameleon after the vaccine, just so you know, your skin's
And
definitely
he
going to
got the
turn green.
two. He
Hey,
said
my
he's-
skin can change if you.
Yeah, he did this.
He said he's got the double vax and it's 2 doses of Johnson & Johnson and that's why he had a high blood pressure.
Yep.
Dude.
That could be.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I'm
double-
not.
that's
a
the
woman.
double
I'm not a
joint.
woman, though, so.
He thought when they said when he had to get the Johnson & Johnson shot, they thought he had to do it 2 times
one-
because it's
one
double
for each
named.
Johnson.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
only one
I was
Johnson.
gonna do all 3, but they stopped me the 3rd time. National Guard's like, whoa, we've seen you before.
Yeah.
You've already been Moderna and Pfizer.
No triple doinks, dude.
Yeah.
You double doink and that's it.
So when I got my vaccination, it was funny because I had like my IDs ready. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go, and like the National Guard's like, you can't tell me who you are. I'm gonna like, if you're like active duty, I guess, like you're not supposed to like say like identification. I'm like, what name did I tell you? Like making the joke, you know, like I didn't bring it up. He's like, I don't know what you're saying, sir. Like you can't tell me who you are. I'm like, sorry, brother. Like,
wait, what is this? Why can't you say?
I think when you're active duty, you're not supposed to like tell your identification to them or something like that. It was like some rule.
To who?
To like active duty military.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I wasn't going to ask him to explain it more. He was pretty upset that I was showing him my ID.
Don't put that away. No, I can't see that. Yeah. I get hard when I see dudes in pictures.
and then I make the joke. I'm like, what ID? Like, what name? Like, you know, like, ha ha ha.
What dick?
And he did not get that
He's
joke.
like, I am not allowed to have a sense of humor, sir.
Yeah.
I'm on duty. Fuck out of here, bro.
The reason why I asked is you brought up Hunter Thompson, and I read like a Hunter Thompson quote about Arizona that I thought was very interesting. I thought that he like kind of nailed it.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Would you like to read it
I'd love
for
to
the
hear
audience, Jacob?
Sure.
Okay.
How's
I'm
your
not
reading
trying to make
skill
you read
first
out loud
off,
for us,
no, I'm
but
just kidding.
I can read.
The guy can read. You can do it all.
I quote, so it's just there. You can see.
So what? A lot of bad, weird things happen in Arizona. Power moves very nakedly in that corner of the desert, and only the rich survive to tell their side of the story. Every time I fly in the Phoenix, for instance, I expect to be killed. Not immediately, not at the airport, but almost any time after that. Hell, you never know in Arizona. Some people get killed and some don't. But even if you get out alive, you always know somebody wanted to kill you. They just didn't get around to it this time.
The best, dude.
We're the wild, wild west, dude.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Dude,
Why do you suck his dick, dude? Go unbury his body and suck his dick, dude.
What's with you and sucking dicks all the time, man?
Jealous,
I've been off
dude.
porn for a while. It's getting to me.
Yeah, what,
my
3
Honeypot
days?
story got you excited. I'm sorry.
3 days off porn. He's talking about me digging up a body and sucking
What do you
something.
want? What more do you want from me?
4
dude?
days at least before you start making sucking.
Today's the 4th.
So you're married and have a kid?
Yeah.
Right? So like,
Is that the transition from porn? Okay.
well, no. Next question is: so is porn your choice, or is it like a conversation with your wife?
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Watching porn together, dude.
Are you allowed to watch porn?
Creepier.
He's not
now.
even allowed to watch your mom's house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, my
true.
wife is. My wife is very
Well,
much
there's some-
against pornography.
Yeah. Yeah, I have buddies that go both ways, so it's always interesting to at least like, you know, like some are like, shit, they'll watch it with them, and some are like, how dare you ever watch it?
Yeah, that's blasphemy. No.
I've never watched
You
porn with
cheated on
another
me.
person.
I have.
We've
once.
watched gay porn together.
I mean, like sexually.
Oh, okay.
You never circle jerked?
I've circle jerked. Yeah, we do it after the
the
ends.
Right before the.
Yeah, right before the picture. That's why we always look so happy and so flushed.
That's just what I need before the rehearsal.
Yeah, you know, it's all in my cheeks, my cums in here and stuff.
We're glowing.
Yeah, exactly. You get that glow out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Glow out.
No, but she is very much against pornography, which I mean is cool. I respect it. You know.
Yeah.
But you don't really, because you're every week you're saying how
Bruh.
you're
Are you
abstaining.
struggling?
Look, I'm not struggling, bro. What it is, it's like every guy. If he tells you a guy doesn't watch porn, you know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just that. It's not like I'm fucking frantically masturbating. You know, every chance I get.
That's true. Yeah. Bit creepy. I
Yeah,
had
me neither, dude.
hand check. My doctor when I was a kid, when I was like
Again with the doctor. This guy.
told me-
Chicago.
he made this joke to me.
Trying
He's
to
like,
honeypot you.
he's like the only guy that doesn't jerk off in high school is the guy with no arms. And I'm like, that's a very like,
I mean,
insightful joke, but also kind of creepy to hear. From
And
your
that guy also
doctor.
found out a way to do it with his feet. So there's no way a high school kid's not jerking off. Like he's doing everything.
Yeah, especially nowadays with like it's
Thank God I wasn't around for the kind of porn. I think my brain would honestly be completely different if I grew up. Because I grew up watching porn with like dial up, and you get a picture of, I think her name is Chloe Jones or something like that. My friend showed her, and like we'd see like you get 2 or 3 pictures, you know.
yeah.
But now, dude, because you just keep on getting deeper and deeper because you get like desensitized to shit that you're watching, like, 3 guys, 4 guys.
It's
all
filth.
the different origin, like all these things and new. Yeah, and just like becomes kind of normal that you're like, what the fuck? And I feel like if I was a kid and like masturbating like I was when I was a kid, my brainwaves would be completely changed, and I wouldn't be this sad piece of shit that's
Maybe you'd be
crying about
happy, dude.
everything. I would 100% be happier.
You'd have some great forearms.
I'd have great forearms. I'd be pissing on people. I'd have people pissing on me. I wouldn't be worried about my existential crisis, dude. This is crazy.
Do you think you'd get to scat or no?
I don't think I get to scat because like anytime you bring it up, it makes me uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
But maybe that's something deeper inside. That's where my deeper G spot is because it makes me uncomfortable.
How old were you when you first saw your first porn?
First, like video.
Or magazine, whatever. Just your first naked lady who is erotic.
Fourth grade, I think it was.
What are you, like 12 in fourth grade?
I'm so bad at that. I think they're 18.
18?
How old was I yesterday?
Yeah, fourth. I think that's like
9 or 10.
Yeah, something like that, dude. I don't know. You go to Disney World all the time. You tell me, dude.
Damn. The creepy time is where he's going by himself, though. That's
Dude, there's a
creepy or not going to Disney World by yourself. That's a good one.
As a single man.
100%. Yeah.
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 There's no way around it.
yeah. Even if you got the Mickey ears, I don't give a fuck, buddy.
Like taking pictures with like the Disney princesses and shit.
I don't care if you're carrying your daughter who died from cancer's ashes around because her final wish was to go to Disney World. It's still creepy, you pedophile freak. Get out of this park.
Dad, look at that one over there.
Did you ever watch that like Tomorrowland or something? It was like a horror movie that some guy filmed in a Disney World with his iPhone.
Yeah, I've seen clips. Yeah,
it's a pretty cool idea.
Well, dude, I had a horror film when we were in Disney World, and the edibles were kicking in, and I was in the electric wheelchair.
So, like, to give backstory to that was such a fucking fun vacation. But it was like 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 Christmas. Yeah,
and it was awesome because he brought a bunch of edibles and vape pens and shit to Disney World to actually like do it right.
Yeah,
and it was the best time. So we were there, and then
I think I feel bad for my dad. I don't think my dad knew that he was driving with like a 400 milligram sheet of like Rice Krispie treats and like tons of like joints.
He doesn't need to know.
Yeah, the man doesn't need to know that. But
it'd make him drive nervous.
I remember we had to go early because I had broken my foot like a month before working out, so I had a boot on. So we had to go early to get like the electric wheelchairs.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World, but there's a lot of fat people and people with like fake broken feet and real ones.
Fake broken feet, yeah.
There's real. I've seen,
but that's the crazy thing.
For sure, because then they like scoot around in their wheelchairs.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck are you doing, lady?
Yeah.
But it's not crazy that like Disney World sells out of these chairs. Like, what was crazy at the end of the night? How it's like half wheelchair, half walking.
Yeah,
like it's just because of thick people, beautiful.
Yeah,
they've been
beautiful
walking
women.
around all day and they don't do that, and their feet get sore and they get a wheelchair.
Yeah,
it's just crazy to see that
super OP. And I was kind of pissed. I'm like, these bastards are making me show up early to Disney World in the morning, tripping balls on my edible in the middle of the guest services, trying to get a fast pass. Like, so
when was your panic attack though? When did you have it?
The closest I had it was when we were at Disney Hollywood MGM Studios, and I was in the electric wheelchair. We were in the guest services trying to get fast passes, and they're like, yeah, you can't get I guess now they only get fast passes to internal issues, not external issues. And I told them I would have approached it completely different if I'd known that.
Like, I have a mental health issue.
And also, if you have internal issues, let's not ride roller coasters and scramble your brain a little bit more.
Why are you riding rock and roll? Why are you going 0 to 60 on rock and roll roller coaster if you have epilepsy? Like, what the fuck? Like,
he's already missing a chromosome.
Exactly. So then I'm like trying to get this chair out, and it's like a backed up service. Like, there's too many people with electric wheelchairs in this like badly designed like logistical like office, and like the Rice Krispie treat, I ate way too much of it probably that day, and I was just like tripping and like. And then finally I'm about to get up and just pick this chair up because I'm ready. Like my foot's broken, but I'm
a broken leg.
My foot's broken, but I'm on ADHD medicine.
I'm on methamphetamine, baby.
I'm getting out of here. Who else am I picking up?
Yeah. And me and Nick were just like that. So we had to show up super early every day, but it was a blast. It was a blast.
It was so much fun.
I will say Disney World's a phenomenally better during Christmas time to have a little bit edible in your system.
Oh my God, dude, weed and
especially riding a wheelchair. I almost ran over so many children, and my mom said the one thing, she's like, the whole time you never beeped at one person. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, yeah, kind of comes off as an asshole when you're like the 28-year-old with a drink in your hand and you beep at someone.
And high on marijuana,
high as hell on pot.
I'm so proud of you, Jake.
With a beer in the cup holder.
You were like blackout drunk on edibles. You weren't losing your cool on
driving through Andy's backyard in Disney Hollywood, like feeling bad for the chick that has the sign that says "keep left, keep right." I'm like, that's that girl's only job. Like, she has a sign that says, like, if you're on the left side of the walkway, keep left.
And my wife holds up signs like that whenever we're having intercourse. She's like, yeah, a little to the left.
Does she really? Like a flight attendant?
Yeah.
Like, dude. My favorite part of that. So I was super high as well. and it was one of the rides where you have to switch from the electric to like one of the ones that somebody has to push for you.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy, like, I swear to God, like, so this thing, he switches into it, and I think it was like Harry Potter. It was it was like the whole thing was a straight up, like it was like a straight up hill thing, and he's just leaning back, and I'm like pushing with all my strength, high as fuck, like oh my God, like and like not helping with the wheels or even like helping correct or anything. Just and it was like that weird high when you're super high and you're like putting in a lot of like endurance. That you start kind of blacking into like those windows, and I'm like,
dude, I was high a few times and getting pushed around because that's the thing. Like a lot of the queue rides they call them are like the waiting.
Oh, I know the queue rides.
Yeah, you can't push the electric wheelchair through them, so you get switched to like the manual one, and I have to get pushed. And like more respect than ever to people that actually like deal with that every day, because that's crazy. And I could never handle pushing that wheelchair every day. And my dad would be pushing me down. I'm super high, and we're in like these dark alleys, and a few times he almost like
raped you.
Guillotine well that dude.
That was after Disney.
That's the one thing I didn't want to talk about. And he almost like guillotine man, like the chain, like the dark. They have like a lot of dark chains that like block off different walkways. And I almost got like guillotined by like the chain a few times.
Was your dad high too, or what?
He just doesn't see well. It's dark as hell. And I'm like, Dad, stop. He's like, oh, I'm just joking around. I'm like, I don't think you're joking. Like,
it's a small world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. Did you say something when you're like, yo, bro, come on, fucking
No, I don't think I did. No. Yeah. I was
just
so
chilling,
high.
lay back with his
He's a good cousin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also it was such a fun experience having edibles and stuff for that whole thing. It just made it so much fun, dude. We go in the smoking sections and just rip on vape pens and shit, dude. Like it was the best. This is how Disney. If you're not following little kids, this is how you should do Disney World. That's a who do you think you are tip.
Yeah, number one.
Also, a great place for following kids, though. Just throwing that out there.
Another tip.
That one's for the pedos.
That one's for our Columbus, Ohio listeners.
Human traffickers too.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't like Desert Ridge one of the highest places? But so how does this happen? How do they know these numbers as well?
That's a dark web.
Wait, what?
That's a
Desert
dark
Ridge?
web you don't want to go to.
It's like one of the highest sex trafficked.
I mean, I guess they just count the people that go missing.
But how do they know it was Desert Ridge they went missing? They're like, that was the last place I saw him, I guess?
Yeah, maybe.
Or is there like a theory that there's like weird underground tunnels and...
Or I mean, I'm sure when the parents report their child missing, they're like, all right, where was she last seen? It's like, oh, Desert Ridge. I dropped her off. She was 14. Her and other 7 girls,
Yeah.
And there used to be big stretches of desert right outside of it. There's not anymore. But
Oh, yeah.
true.
That's true, huh?
The weirdest thing about the police in Arizona
Desert Ridge
too,
is an outdoor mall.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of...
Okay.
yeah.
but the weirdest thing about the police report too, they started doing this a couple of years ago, and they go like, hey, oh, your daughter? Yeah, she's 14 years old. This is the last time we saw her. And now the police officers have to ask how hot she was, like to see a couple of pictures and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Do they
weird.
have to get it on body cam?
No. They just get a couple of pictures and like, all right, they assess the hotness to see if it's actually likable that she was sex trafficked. or not.
Oh, okay.
Is that like is that insulting?
It's a bad joke?
Is that insulting to the parents? Like, what if like you report that your daughter is missing, and then
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, she's probably missing, but there's no chance she's sex
dude.
trafficked.
Half price books or something. Fucking nerd.
Yeah, you better go to the library, dude.
Yeah, go to the library. Nobody wants any piece of that shit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. You think somebody's scooping that up at Desert Ridge, dude? She probably got lost.
Listen, human traffic? No. Probably at In-N-Out.
Probably at the candy store.
Check your privilege, dude. That's not,
check your privilege.
you're at that level.
You know what? Get another hot daughter, then call me later.
Yeah. Maybe your wife or something, but you guys, your genes are fucked up.
You just see the cop put that file like at the bottom of the list. It's like, yeah, we'll
Unlikely.
investigate that.
Unlikely sex trafficked.
So this statepress.com has made an article that says that a lot of the social media stuff you hear about the trafficking from Desert Ridge and Fashion Square, Arizona Mills, etc., is exaggerated. Gilbert police told ABC 15 they found no evidence to back up many reported incidents of kidnapping or other trafficking-related crimes. So
Told you.
Reported by a white man.
Of course, dude.
Fake news.
Yeah, that's fake. That's propaganda, dude. Liberal propaganda, dude.
Bill Cosby still won't admit he's guilty either.
Yeah, well.
That's hilarious, huh?
Do you know, I was hearing like supposedly he could get out if he just like were to like.
If he said he did it, like if
Yeah.
he owns up to,
Yeah.
you know what, I put some And special barbecue sauce.
If I was, you know what? I did some attorney advice last week for Derek Chauvin, and I want to crack into that again. And I want to give advice to Bill Cosby that I would say admit to it and then write a book.
Yeah.
Great idea. Netflix miniseries, and you have all the women that have made accusations. You make a short little story about how it happened. You get somebody to play them, you know,
and then lean
Nick
into
Cannon
it and start writing like really, really dark comedy.
I wish he
Back
had
on
some
stage before you
type of inspiration for that. You know, I wish there was some other story like that.
I got a great idea.
Okay.
He gets this innocent out of jail, and him and Bill Gates start a podcast together. Where they're just
Bill and Bill
pulling ass. Billy G and Billy C like hit the town, both single, both ready to go.
2 bills in a pod.
And then a romance will develop between the two of them.
Wow. And then you know what their common thread is? Jeffrey Epstein. They're like, I miss that guy. They're kicking a couple beers back one night. They're like,
And it'll be called Bill Squared because they're both a couple of fucking squares.
hell yeah, dude.
Dude.
Bill and Bill.
And then Bill Gates is like, let me let you in on a little secret. He's still alive.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
He's at the island still.
Did you guys see that shit about
Disney World?
and a special guest sometimes, Bill Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Dude,
I went
cheap
there twice.
flight.
Yeah.
and
know.
NBC, fucking hit us up, dude. We got ideas.
Yeah.
This is a fucking pilot,
Did you guys
baby.
see that shit about Bill Gates' fugly mistress?
No, what happened?
But she's
had
like
a-
19, isn't
He's
she?
pulling the
No,
Arnold-
apparently
Arnold.
he had like a mistress that he would, or an ex-girlfriend that his wife and he had an agreement he could go see one weekend a year.
Oh.
Damn, Melinda was into kinky shit.
Billy G.
Or she wasn't at all, so he had to have sex
But
with
she's fugly.
But that's her right there.
I mean,
That's not $130 billion worth.
ooh, it's a cute dog, though.
Yeah, I like the dog. That's $130.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's disappointing though. It's like Arnold. Like
she looks vaccinated, so.
Did you
that's cool.
also ever? She's got all her vaccinations.
All
Did you ever
78
notice
doses.
that Melinda Gates looks straight up? She is Corey Feldman.
I have.
It's Corey Feldman in a wig.
And you know what? That's a QAnon conspiracy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She looks like she gives good head, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Who,
dude.
Corey?
No,
Melania.
I'm sure he did too on drugs, though. For sure.
Put a little meth on anybody. and
Yeah,
it'd
she
give
looks
a
like
good
she can
head,
suck
dude.
her own dick,
He
dude.
sucked at least one dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's multiple
You think so?
incidents. Yeah, wasn't he the one that claimed that he was abused as a child?
Oh, yeah.
Corey Feldman? Yeah.
Was he Weinstein?
He's the one, he put a whole documentary together.
Pre Weinstein.
He's been saying he was going to out a bunch of major executives for like 15 years, but he hasn't
Yeah.
really done it.
Because he's
pussy.
still gay.
¿Quién crees que eres?
All right, so Disneyland was a trip. You guys had fun.
Yeah, good
Or
trip.
Disney World, sorry.
Disney World, yeah.
Do we have a question from
yeah.
the audience, right?
Oh, yeah, we did, actually.
Who's it from today, Pedro?
This is from Lakin.
Lincoln?
Lakin.
Oh, cool, dude. Sounds like not white.
I like to go to the,
I don't like,
I like to go to the lake and party, dude.
I don't like to give. Did I send you it in a thread?
Sometimes I go to the lake and swim.
Ooh.
But
Hey, yo. We got jokes here, people. I'm trying to tell you.
It's mostly just racism.
Yes.
Most of
So
those are
Lakin
jokes.
asked us, and let's toss it over to Jacob. So, Jacob, when you think about Nick as a child, what was your most memorable moment you have?
one time Nick and his family were about to
And
leave.
this is the most memorable.
It was pretty memorable.
Okay.
It was pretty memorable.
Continue.
Rapid fire, most most memorable moment you have.
The time you and Nick kissed and they started playing each other's dicks in the bathtub.
In the
and then
That's the next
it was
podcast.
weird.
Okay, next time I'm on, I'll
That's a long
The
conversation.
whole
Part two,
podcast.
part
Yeah,
two.
part two.
The fivesome, yeah.
Most
But
memorable.
memorable, I would say when I handcuffed us to each other when we were like maybe like in 4th or 5th grade.
Gang shit, dude.
Yeah.
Probably when he first saw his
So-
porno or whatever.
So he was about to leave.
Yeah, he's about to leave and fly out, and I handcuffed him, and I lost
Yeah,
it.
you can't go.
I got rid of the key. And if you have met Uncle Steve and Aunt Georgia before, Steve did not handle it very well. There's a lot of cussing. I heard a lot of cuss words.
Time OCD, which I think is where I get it from. Maybe.
Yeah, very.
They don't like their
OCD.
schedules to be disrupted.
Or being have no children.
By their children being handcuffed together.
Yeah, I don't get it. What's the big
I thought it
idea?
was a great idea. I think I'd seen it in some TV show or movie sometime.
I mean,
and
that's
was
pretty
like-
great.
Yeah, I
And
was like,
usually would get a laugh like, oh, that's silly, Jake.
yeah.
Come on.
You're so
Yeah.
funny, yeah. It shows my lovingness for my cousin. I didn't want him to leave.
Because that's
Not uncle.
my parents were buying a new house. This would happen a lot where like we would fly and stay with you and we'd like stay there for a couple of weeks or whatnot. Like when they were dealing, I don't know, finding houses or moving because we moved all the fucking time. Dude. So that time we were like there for a couple of weeks, just me and my sisters that morning going on to the flight. And then my aunt having to like call my parents being like, I can't. Yeah. It's like they were good handcuffs. They weren't like some shitty.
It wasn't.
So like they couldn't
I
just
don't fuck around.
Yeah. So they're like good Yeah. They were good handcuffs and so she like had to call my mom like in panic and like they're like so it was chaos.
So you were already late, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very
They probably pulled a McAllister like Home Alone style running in the airport.
And they could run through the airport then because it was before 9/11 and God bless America, dude.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Dick Cheney.
Yeah, thanks, Dick.
Thanks, Richard.
I always used to, me and my cousins, whenever we would hang out, they used to live out in like the Cave Creek Desert, and we would visit them, and I never wanted to leave because it's, I'm out in the middle of the desert. This is badass. So they would hide, like we would just find somewhere to hide me, and then I would just hide, and I would listen to my parents going all over the place, Christopher, where the fuck are you? And we would just force them to have to go home because they got work tomorrow, and then I'd come out.
Really?
And I'd be like,
Damn,
"We're
dude, you
hanging
got
out."
away with it. How did
You
you
beat
guys?
the system?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of times.
How did you guys end up getting the handcuffs off?
We cut him.
Damn,
Yeah,
for
I think we
real.
cut 'em,
Something,
And then
I
we
don't
like
know.
screw drived them open. I think you can screw drive most like
Gotcha.
toy handcuffs if you like pop it the right. You just have to like pop like the
Right.
But they just weren't like those shitty like gray
Dollar
plastic ones.
store.
Yeah, you know those ones. Like they were actually like metal. Like
they were
they
gonna
were
bust, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. We've had a lot of times like and what's
All right, now same question to you.
Yes, please.
well, first, like to preface the question, because I like to do that kind of stuff, dude. Is like when I was saying it'd be interesting to have you on this podcast, because like you were one of the people like we've been creating stuff together since we were like kids, dude. Like we were like 4 or 5 years old, like taping Batman movies, making up game shows, taping like TRLs. We did TRLs literally every single year. We would see each other. We would do a TRL where like we'd recreate music videos. We like did the whole thing, the performance in the middle of the show, like. We did that every single year. And then like even like when I got older, I would do a thing called like the Nick Cento show. And then he would like come on and we'd do like different like segments and skits. Like it's kind of crazy like how many years and then to like reconnect and be
I'd
doing
love
something
to
like
see
that,
those
dude.
videos, man.
Yeah,
We
dude.
did some Backstreet Boys, some NSYNC, some like
Yeah,
Nelly.
everything,
Yeah.
dude.
Do they still exist?
They're somewhere.
Dude, our parents like watch them to the point where it's like so annoying now because like we fucking seen them. Like I don't want to watch 3 hours of TRL or like these.
Us acting like we're Backstreet Boys is a little embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. Playing Blink-182 with like a broom on a trampoline. Like hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, you just got to put a super clip together.
I know that's really hilarious.
Andrea doing like a Christina Aguilera
Sexy.
song. Yeah,
we could sell that to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, we definitely. Yeah, we could. That's not bad.
Dude, that's an NFT.
That's not a bad idea at all. We should look for
OnlyFans.
only fans my older sister when she was younger.
We'll cut Larry B in.
Hell yeah. That's a great idea, Jake. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah. I used to do a character like my grandma.
That was the best character.
Grandma Joanna. And my grandma was just like, she was just like a fast talking, like cigarette smoking, like
Gypsy.
crazy lady. Like, just talk. She'd be like, John F. Kennedy was such a handsome man, Jake. And then they decided to just shoot him in the head. And I'm just like, oh yeah. Like, I'm like,
And you're 4 or 5,
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
oh.
Oh yeah. She freaked me the fuck out because when she was dying and her dementia like really took over, she got like super into the Enquirer magazines, right? So so she would always be saying these things, and this is me when I was younger. So like my Catholicism had already broken, the chain has been broken already, where I'm like I'm already questioning. I have no idea where the fuck I am in the universe or in the world.
Gay man or drug
I didn't know it yet. And then so she would be quoting these like Enquirer magazine things before I would see the magazines. And I'd go to the grocery store with my mom and I'd see like the Mayan calendar ends now. The aliens are here, like the death, the destruction. And so as losing my religion and then being told all that shit from my grandma, it just threw me into such a fucking like panic, dude.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did you already have sort of apocalyptic fears at that point?
I did because I'd already like had this whole like break of like, I don't think I believe in this Catholicism thing, but I don't know what else that means because you only are shown one side. So then I was also shown this dementia side.
Yeah, you got dementia and Disney,
but then it's also you see it on a magazine cover too. You know what I mean? Because so you start seeing that like with your eyes, and it's also what's fucked up about it, since it's lower price, it's lower in the shelves and in grocery stores, which is kid level, which is where they sell like the sugar cereals.
Yeah. Sugar cereal and
Inquire. Yeah. Sugar cereal.
I actually really liked those. What was the World News Now or something like that was one of them. I used to look at it every time we'd go to the grocery store as a kid.
I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, Bat Boy and fighting the Taliban for us and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. And now it turns out 20 more years later, I believe all those stories more than I believe our actual press. Fuck you, Joe Biden.
Alex Jones has been right the whole time.
Yeah.
Joanne was woke as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
The more dementia you get, the more woke you get.
It's not even dementia at all. We all have dementia. Until you have dementia, you're normal, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That is what it is.
It's coming off of 10 years of methamphetamines, and that veil just lifting. Baby.
Yes.
Get dementia, go woke, baby.
Dude, we find all kinds of stuff on this podcast. It's awesome, the kind of stuff that we uncover.
So you guys are related through your mother's side?
Yeah. So my mom's his mom's older sister.
Yeah. They're funny together, too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a crazy side because, so like our grandma was married to a different dude first, so he has like, we have two uncles that like are our half uncles, who have stepkids that are. So we have like a half step uncle or half step cousin.
Damn, dude, there's a lot of levels to this family.
And he hooked up with one of them.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah?
It was a dude. Yeah, it was weird.
Crazy.
It was weird. Yeah, so I ain't doing that shit again.
That wasn't the honeypot. Yeah.
That was the last time I did meth.
It was October day.
I'm quitting cold turkey, baby.
God damn it, Jake.
I'm not listening to the Grateful Dead anymore.
Shakedown Street too many times.
It's ruining my life.
Damn you, John Mayer.
Damn you, John Mayer. You tricked
funny,
me.
bro.
You tricked me, John
You
Mayer.
tricked me, man. I'd go gay for you.
I'm goddamn manipulating me, John Mayer.
You made me John Garrett.
My buddy's not a Wonderland anymore.
So I have a question, and we have 9 minutes. So
Wait, Nick never answered the question.
he didn't.
It was memorable.
Well,
you prefaced it, but you prefaced it a little long, buddy.
Well, I have so many, but I think that's a huge memory of. I mean,
The content creation.
because that was the biggest part of my life, dude. Like when I was a kid, man. Like
we used to love
every single year, I looked forward to seeing because like we're gonna fucking create something this week. Like we're gonna plan it all out. So all year I'd be thinking about. And that's probably a big reason why I'm fucking doing this shit still.
That goes into my question: is did you have any expectations? And we'll go back the other way too about where Nick would end up when you were younger, about where you guys, what the future was going to hold for you. Did you have expectations about that you can remember?
He's asking if you knew he was gay back then.
Always. Have you heard him play music? That's harsh. Actually, no. Nick's always super creative, so it would be surprising that he does like this stuff now, and he does well at it. Like, and he's funny as hell. And like, it's weird because I never had an older brother, so I was the oldest in my family, and Nick was the closest thing I ever had to an older brother.
That's what it is, right? Because I have two sisters too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a unique relationship. Yeah.
It's weird that way. I only have sisters, and my cousins are like brothers to me too.
That's awesome. And I looked up to him a lot more now, and now a little less, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on this thing. So.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a lot better than he is, just mentally and in every other way.
every aspect.
Something, yeah.
You know, it's funny because one of my cousins, when he came and visited, he's in a band and they were touring and they played a spot here in town and they all, like the whole band crashed at my house. And when we were there, we were all drinking and he's like, dude, he said something like, this is the guy that I would have been if I was responsible with my shit. Like he could like saying that about me. I was like, bro, I'm not responsible for stuff for anyone. Like I just fucking,
dude, you're very responsible.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I look up to you for that for that shit too.
I just thought it was funny that he would say. So I'm like, that's kind of a similar thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like you have this idea about yourself, and then you're like someone who's like kind of close to you says something that you're like, no, that's not me, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, it's all, I don't know. Is it the love Nazi in me that's just like, no, bro, you're doing, I mean, you're pursuing your passion, you know? Because I mean, I was like, it's not like he's
smile.
It's not like he's doing bad, you know? He's just doing what he loves and touring. And
just me and him and all his loser friends are sleeping over at my house with my child, my wife, all of my things. I have work in the morning and they're still up. It's 2:00 in the morning and the music's a little bit loud.
Get your shit together,
Fucking peasants.
You can go to community college basically for free. It's called a skilled trade job. 1 year of commitment. You've been in this band for 7 years.
Oh, look, you can play guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Who doesn't?
That was it was just so weird, like hearing that from another person that, you know, you are close with and whatnot. So it was just.
Yeah, sorry. I feel that, dude. That's vibes.
Hashtag mood.
Hashtag mood.
Fuck outta here,
And
bro.
hashtag him too. We can't just glaze over that, dude.
Nick, I think that you definitely have some, like, because we've talked about it before, but like, what was your expectation about what the future was going to be for both for yourself and for Jacob back then? Like, where did you see it going?
I guess I don't think I'm good enough at planning for the future. I think is a big flaw in me that I kind of like fly by the seat of my pants.
Like, you weren't even thinking about it back then.
Well, I've always wanted to do something creative. So I've always just put in my time being like, it's like that weird atheist side too of being like, I don't know how long I'm going to be around. So I want to spend today like I want to spend today.
Yeah.
And I want to do that now. So I don't want to regret something when I'm old, dude. Like, I don't want to say, I wish I would have done this or played music or any of that shit. Cause I know that if you don't do the things that like you really want to do, like what's any of this
That's
for?
why I quit doing insurance.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to put all this energy into that. That's crazy.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I sold phone books for 3 years, like phone books door to door.
You look
and on
like a
the
guy
phone.
sold phone books,
right?
dude.
Hey, man,
Okay.
You look like you were successful at selling some
If you
phone
can
books.
sell
though.
phone-
I would
like
buy
the
a phone
most-
book
If you
from
can
you.
sell phone- if you can sell
Phone book
phone books, you can
salesman.
sell anything.
I don't even need a phone book, and I'd be like,
Wait. Sell him a phone book right now.
Let's do it, dude.
Knock on my door.
we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
How the fuck can this be, dude? All right.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hi.
sir.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thanks for
Nice.
asking.
Awesome. What's
Honey, hold on. There's this guy at the door. Hold on.
bitches be bitches. It's cool, bro.
Excuse me, sir? I happen to dearly love my wife, and you disrespecting her like that.
Hey, so I see the outdoor plumbing van outside. Is that possibly your vehicle?
Yes, that's my work vehicle, actually.
Oh, awesome. So do you do much advertisement?
No, I just work for the company.
Well, that sucks.
Clearly.
Would you like to?
What are you going to have me selling? What are you selling, boy? What are you?
Well, I got this very attractive back page ad on this phone book. It goes to about the entire community of your area. You know, every postal address, every box. You know.
Did Jimmy across the street get it?
Oh, Jimmy gets it.
Fuck Jimmy.
Yeah.
Honey, we're getting a phone book. Is he vaccinated?
How much? And usually the sell is like,
If he is, don't let him in the house.
how much would you charge for like a job? You know, and that was always the sell. It'd be like, how much you charge for a job? Like, a job to come to someone's house.
Right.
Oh, we make like about $1,500. I'm like, so if you buy an ad for like $800, doesn't that mean every job that you get from that ad is like profit? That was the bullshit.
Here,
that we
keep
used to
selling him. Pedro,
dude,
play
that's
it real.
good.
Play
No,
it
that's
real,
good.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Play it real.
I can't, dude. I have to pee really bad right now, and I'm trying not to concentrate.
And I'm high and dry.
Yeah, like, what do you want me to do?
Wait,
bro?
you
I
didn't do
suck
that.
at improv.
You didn't do that job high and drunk. That was a big mistake.
I'm off
dude.
my meth.
I
Dude.
was doing meth.
I used to have my fucking meth.
Oh,
dude.
on meth?
Yeah.
You're not like 20 times.
Stop me. I'm like Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street.
You're like a guy at a prison selling magazines.
How much did a phone book cost?
Sir, can you leave my property?
The cheapest ad was like, like $70 or something.
Oh, so you were selling ads
Yeah,
in
we were
the phone
selling
book.
ads in the book.
Oh,
Everyone
gotcha.
in the town would get the book. It was like it was like the opposite of the Yellow Page. It was just like a small town like book that would go to every community.
okay.
So it was weird. I sold an Amish person though over the phone.
How did you go door to door selling ads?
Dude,
Like, did you
hard.
just
I go to
look for-
businesses. I go to businesses.
Okay,
I go
okay.
to after hours. I'd go to like plumbers' houses or like mechanic, like
So
people-
you wouldn't just knock on every door. You actually had some
some
tact.
logistics.
See, I'm
Stock
still
him
pretty
for a
I
week.
would-
Creep, dog.
He'd stock him for a week, and then he'd be like, "Hey, I noticed you work down at the mill."
Yeah. But anyone that works in sales, I would say that kind of job, like doing that, they always say that, like, Mark Cuban or people say like doing that door-to-door sales is a really good
Tactic,
field there to learn sales.
Fuck
like,
Mark
Yeah.
Cuban, dog.
I did some door to door sales for Dish Network and shit like that.
yeah. You gotta get that hustle. It's like, yeah.
Dude,
Like,
and you were literally like, "Oh, yeah, nice, right on." Or, like whenever I answered something, and this other day I had somebody knock on my door, and that's exactly what it did, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, "Damn, that's hilarious."
yeah.
That's exactly what it did, because you'd be like, "Oh, cool,"
Yeah.
like say it 4 times. I'm like,
Remember how Bradford was talking about the what did he call it? Like how you were nodding along with them?
listening,
Active listening.
active listening.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Totally.
bit.
Yeah,
Busted out the active listening on you.
Damn, dude.
it worked because I bought it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, Jacob Anderson, you're a beautiful soul, a beautiful man.
Damn, that went by.
Got a
so
huge piece,
fast.
dude. Fucking crazy, dude. It's like a kickstand, dude.
And ladies,
Sometimes
he's
I see him
single.
outside of the bar. He just sits
like a
sideways,
holding
dude.
an
It's
apple.
crazy, yeah. And I think that's. Do you want to plug anything? I don't know. Shout out Bears.
Stay black.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, stay black.
Well,
And thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.
amor
Amor y
y paz.